Today I'm showing you how I made this beautiful spring wreath using dry flowers. It's simple, affordable, and honestly looks way more expensive than it actually is. For the project, you'll need some grapevine wreath garden snips, scissors, floral wire, fabric ribbon, and dry flowers of your choice. I am using a bunch of eucalyptus from Trader Joe's, sea holly, peonies from my garden, and some staples that I had from a flower arrangement. So I started the project with using the fresh eucalyptus, which I find that is easier to work with because then the petals won't easily come off. It's going to dry in place once the project is done, and I think is a better option, and that way you can just take off petals at the bottom to put it in place as you need. And at this point I'm going to be tucking all the little stems through the vine and securing it with a floral wire so that it can be flush with in the back of the wreath, so it doesn't scratch any surfaces when I do hang it in place, whether it's in a wall or a mirror. In this case I decided to put it in a mirror, and I just keep going around and securing it in the stems in place, so they make sure they don't come out. This is relaxing, by the way, and working with your hands is a relaxing activity and satisfying at the end because you have a finished product that you made from your own creativity and labor. Second layer will be the sea holly, and I am going to put some gloves on because it is prickly, and I'm gonna go and do the same thing. This will be tucked away, and I'm not using wire moving forward. The only time that I did use a wire was for the eucalyptus. Everything else is just gonna be tucked in, and I'm just trying to create layers and movement as I go around. Just wherever I thought it would need some visually, I would just kind of put it in place. Again, I'm only doing half, so I'm trying to be mindful of that. I don't have a lot of any material, so I'm trying to be very very good with the products that I do have and make the most of them. I love sea holly. It's prickly, but it has a lot of texture and a little hint of blue. Here I am tucking away my peonies. These peonies I preserved in the fridge. I put them while they were still alive. I wrapped them in waterproof paper for floral arrangements, and when I took them out, when I put them in, they were light pink, and as the color intensified when they dried in the fridge, and then I just took them out and hung them. These are from last year, I believe. I have had them in my basement just waiting for this project that I had in mind, because I had all the materials, the wreath, all the stuff from the year before. This is from 2025 being used for spring of 2026, which is kind of fun. So just think about what you can use for next year that can produce a beautiful wreath of either flowers that you buy or flowers from your garden. And the peonies and the sea holly is from my garden, so that makes it extra special knowing that it's from my own garden. And the color is just beautiful. I'm loving it. Now I did not have On the table I do have some fox greenery, and I did not have enough eucalyptus, so at the tip I felt like it needed a little bit of greenery, so I had some fake eucalyptus and I just put it in place there. But everything else is dry flowers. So like I said, I just was wanting to use what I had and not have to buy anything else. And to finalize it, I did add a little white statice that I have. It's very delicate, so I used it sparingly here and there because it was coming apart, as most dry flowers do. But it gave it the final touch and just brought everything together and made it pop. It's almost done. Here I'm putting some more sea holly at the end to kind of soften the fox eucalyptus that I put at the top of the wreath, or actually the bottom of the wreath, so it can look more realistic and kind of blend in with everything else, as it has a different tone of green. But altogether, I think it kind of goes. I think it's kind of not obvious to, if you look at it quickly, that is fox among everything else. And to hang the wreath, I took a long fabric ribbon, satin fabric ribbon, extra long. I did not measure it. I'm usually just wing it, and wrap it around a few times, made a really rustic bow, and cut an additional piece of ribbon to make it a little hook from the back to be able to tie it, to place it on the wall, as you will see shortly. And there you have it, the finished product. I personally love it. I am excited that I finally put all these bits and pieces of flowers and things that I had collected and finished it, and I'm able to place it in my living room and enjoy it and remind myself of the garden that, as you know, peonies don't last a very long time, and is a reminder of one of my favorite spring flowers right in my living room. So I'm pretty pleased with it, and it brings joy to me every time I go by and see it. And I hope that you can also create something beautiful that reminds you of spring, or just your garden in general, the flowers that you love best. Hello friends, I'm Ceila. Thank you for stopping by our little sage farmhouse. I share new videos every week to inspire you to create a beautiful handmade home and garden. So be sure to stop by and see what I'm up to at the farm. Comment below what you got inspired to create in your home, and check out the next video here for more spring inspiration. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day. Bye.